Time 1:45 p.m. 1:45 p.m. We are focused. It's almost crunch time. Attack of the Brain continues. Attack of the Brain continues. We are focused. February 3rd, 2025, Monday. We are focused. That's right. The mob is back. We are excited. And we are waiting for the walk of shame to begin later on. We're going to make sure the mob gets a good receiving back. A nice homecoming. We're going to make sure it gets a good homecoming back. sharing our food with the birds. So, and that trick with putting the bread out usually works. There's usually activity right after I put some bread out for the birds. So, yeah, I told you. There is the mule. The mule is ready to deliver the white powder bags known as cocaine. That's him right there. That's the reason for the shock treatment to the brain. You heard me walking back and forth. Shock treatment to the brain continues. Extreme high level frequency electromagnetic waves, field waves. Shock treatment to the brain coming from next door, 5135, second floor hideout. And of course, this is the reason for the daily plan attacks. Homeowner Martinez right here, front and center. And now the mother just got a new vehicle from organized crime. We have the license plates on video. This is her new vehicle that she's sporting. And her other son, he drove off. I guess he was alerted that we were going to be recording. So, we are waiting for the mule to commence. He already started his vehicle. It's warming up. 1:52 p.m. Monday, February 3rd, 2025. And guess what? The mob is back. That's right. The mob is back, and we are pretty excited about that. Ever since the mob failed hit Friday night and early Monday morning with 2 second character witnesses, the security guard on the premises, and Town Cicero Public Works utility vehicle employee. We are waiting. The mob is back. That's right. And we uploaded the video of this organized crime family employee labeled the mule. These are migrants being utilized for this specific purpose. Daily drug dealing, trafficking, distribution, and packaging white powder bags known as cocaine. We have this individual on video as far as manipulating young children and teenagers. That's right, the game of manipulation. That's where we have a warning sign each time this individual engages with the minors. And when he's driving under the influence, especially when he's driving under the influence, very dangerous. This goes up the chain of command. Town Cicero Mayor Larry Dominic, the machine. That's right, very dangerous person. He is involved in insurance policy fraud and I thought I saw something. I don't know if he's inside the vehicle or not. I can't really tell. We are waiting. It's a waiting game. We're waiting. It shouldn't be that long. This is instructions given on command signal. We are waiting for further developments. It's a waiting game. Again, he is waiting for the signal. Once I go back to the kitchen to prepare my afternoon meal. That's what he's waiting for. So let's give it a go. High-tech surveillance monitor very aware of my location and activities on command signal. So I'm going to go to the kitchen, listen to my footsteps, and let's see if there's any movement. Let's see if there's any movement. All right, we're going to give Organized Crime a little privacy. Let's see how that works. Walking. See what's going on. Organized crime, a little privacy. Attack of the brain continues. Attack of the brain continues. How about that, folks? We are focused. I knew they were up to something. I knew they were up to something. The mob came back. And Ramona Martinez got a brand new vehicle. Mm-hmm. So, I knew it. Mm-hmm. I knew it. And we got the mob on video. And she tries to get away. That's going to look real bad on her. We got her on video. He came back. Mm-hmm. We're going to make sure we're going to give her a good welcome back home. It's almost crunch time. The longer he takes, the more suspicious his activity will be on video, so he better hurry up. This customer's waiting. We already know what you're up to. The secret's out. No job. Fake job front. Fake job front. He's been sleeping all day. He's been sleeping all day, and now he decides to wake up and leave. The only reason he decided to wake up now is because I was preoccupied. I was preoccupied. We are waiting. He's taking his time. He's taking his time. Focus. 1:59 p.m. 1:59 p.m. and counting. There we go. It's 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Gotta move it. The customers are waiting. Gotta move it. Customers are waiting. It's gonna take a lot more of bright light harassment and high frequencies to get rid of me, guys. It's 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Monday, February 3rd, 2025. We are focused. This criminal organization is panicking. They're panicking. Especially when the IRS starts poking around. Especially when they find out after-school children are being manipulated. That's right. It's a waiting game. I was minding my own business, watching TV, throwing the trash away, cleaning dishes. But now look at what happened. Now everybody's going to know. Everybody's going to know. There's no address identification on this property, 5130. 3 fake home visits by Town of Cicero police officers involved in criminal activity. That's right. These are migrants being utilized for this specific purpose. Daily drug dealing, trafficking, distribution, and packaging, white powder bags known as cocaine, the Candyman, basement apartment. Before and after evidence of fire, no investigation, cover-up by Town of Cicero police officers involved in criminal activity. We are focused. It's a waiting game. My family has no idea this is going on. The shock treatment to the brain continues. Over time, high frequencies, electromagnetic field waves, shock treatment to the brain will weaken the blood vessels, creating bleeding. That's right. This is a blood clot. Aneurysm. These are health issues. Once the victim is exposed, equal exposure from microwave oven, X-ray machine, radiation. Health issues, bone cancer, tumors of the brain, bleeding of the brain, blood clot that will travel up the stem of the brain. This is dry blood once it heals over. This is dry blood creating a blood clot and cutting off the oxygen of the brain. Silent, incoherent victims. Again, silent, incoherent victims. Nursing home final faith. Identity theft Medicaid takes place. Big money payday. The younger the victim, the bigger the payoff. That's why you see young individuals from time to time in the videos. Not because of my choosing, but because this criminal organization knows how to lure and manipulate young victims to indulge in the white powder bag product known as cocaine. The game of manipulation. It is an insurance policy fraud. That's why there's so many young victims in the nursing home facility at the age of 25 years old, not because of their choosing, but because their family no longer can deal with the daily plan attacks reaction. Covering up all the windows, bright light harassment. Turning off all electrical appliances, high frequencies. From time to time, you will see my YouTube channel being attacked. You will see lowering the volume of the TV, high frequencies. Changing my son's turtle's water, running water, high frequencies. The radio, music, high frequencies. Opening up a plastic bag or paper, high frequencies. These daily plan attacks are more effective, and the consequences are more effective under doctor's care. Under the influence of medication, the symptoms, well, the medication intensifies, and, symptoms, paranoia, hallucinations, psychosis. These are very serious symptoms that the victim will not be able to distinguish fact from fiction. In other words, easier manipulated. Community gang stalking in the background. Constant mental health hospital evaluation. Victims lose their credibility. Family withdrawal. That's right, folks. Family withdrawal. Community gang stalking continues. The family can no longer put up with the daily ordeal of the victim reacting to daily plan attacks. These daily plan attacks are a very important process. The game of manipulation. And again, if you look, Homeowner Martinez's son has been told to move his vehicle and his mother. So they both moved the vehicles as a distraction. And this is the evidence, folks. This is a continuous video. Remember, there was a blue car here. Remember, homeowner Martinez, wife, right here with the new vehicle. They're not here no more. You know why? High-tech surveillance monitor, very aware of my location and activities on command signal and instructions given. This is the mindset that they have. This criminal organization has a mindset of an infant child. Look at that. Look at that. Homeowner Martinez no longer there with the new vehicle, and her son with the blue vehicle no longer here. How about that? And this is a continuous video. This is clearly evidence that they were instructed to move as a distraction. Bait, focus, follow, attention span. Away from camera view of right here. This is the reason why this criminal organization is very concerned. Our continuous footage of daily crime involving children, involving teenagers, involving migrants being utilized for this specific purpose. Again, there's no address indication on this property. And all the windows are covered up with plastic construction bags. There's a permit sign, and obviously there's no work being done there. The white powder bags are placed inside the mailbox, well documented, and underneath the front porch. And fake job front, there's no job. He's not in a hurry to go anywhere. He's just sitting there for the next command signal. These are daily plan attacks, and intentions are very, very clear. We are waiting. We're gonna stop talking for a little bit, and we're gonna see what they're up to. How long is he gonna warm up that car for? It's not below 0 outside. We all know what they're up to. Time. 2:08 p.m. 2:08 p.m. And again, concentrate on the command signal. The command signal, homeowner Martinez's son and mother both left at the same time frame during the duration of this video. See how that works? And again, that's to manipulate me to take the camera and record in the back. We're not going to do that, folks. This is their bread and butter right here, 5132 and 5130. This is their main revenue source. And we're urging the public, please do your part and contact Internal Revenue Services, 5132, 5132 double lot 2 flat brick. This criminal organization must be held accountable. We filed a petition regarding tax evasion, 5132, January 8th, 2025. That's right. So all you have to do is just mention this property, 5132, and it should come up on the record. And we 3 fake home visits to this property at 5130, no address identification as well. We are still waiting. And, well, let's see how long it takes. Again, they're waiting for the command signal and instructions given. Let's check again on the time. 2:10 p.m., 2:10 p.m. Again, no job. No job. But yet, he has money for gas, insurance, and somehow he's paying for rent there. That's called paid incentives, folks. Paid incentives. These are migrants being utilized for this specific purpose. To avoid any investigation, any suspicion. My brain continues to be attacked on a daily basis, day and night. And sooner or later, I will succumb to another brain aneurysm or bleeding from my brain. The bleeding will stop, and it will heal over, and this dry blood will travel up the stem of my brain, cutting off the oxygen, and sooner or later, I will succumb to an illness. And a lot of people comment, why are you doing this? I'm doing this for a public service. I'm doing this because I can. I'm doing this because I care. And it's also a documentation of my life. That's right. Anything happens to me, I am plant-based. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I have a great relationship with my doctor. I have no health issues. That's right, folks. Anything happens to me, this is just going to further the case, especially when the IRS starts investigating. We already filed the petition January 8th, 2025. So I look forward to that day that I'm not looking. Obviously, it is a sacrifice in my part, but it's going to help. Electronic harassment is used on politicians, on celebrities, is nothing new. And there's other products on the line in the Los Angeles area called the Bazooka. This is a microwave refurbished to produce the same harassment. The only difference is this is a high-tech surveillance monitor. This is a monitor called Army Apparatus Tracking Signal Scanner Device. That's right. That means that wherever there's an electrical outage, the victim will be targeted. That's right. The only way a victim can escape is to go to a remote area or be surrounded by water. That's right. So, I'm very aware of that, and I'm very aware of the consequences, and I have no problem continuing this public service. It is an insurance policy fraud. That's right. That's the main thing. That's what it is. And of course, it goes up the chain of command. Town of Cicero Mayor Larry Dominic, the machine. Manipulate businesses. Remain in control. Silent victims. Organized crime family process. It's a process. It takes time. But victims may be safe at work because there's witnesses and surveillance cameras. But not at home. That's right. You will be followed home. Your information will be retrieved and studied. And sooner or later, the daily plan tax will be deployed with a scale called social acting equals reaction that measures a victim's emotional disturbance state of mind. Very effective under doctor's care. It's very crucial that the victim react to the daily plan attacks, well documented on this YouTube channel. Example, I cover up all the windows. Well, that's a signal. That's a signal for police officers involved in criminal activity to be assigned to this particular address or area. And there's a reason why you do not see police officers in this area from time to time, because these are the police officers involved in criminal activity and they're keeping their distance. That's right. Either they're hiding around the corner, daily plan attacks, and this is well documented how they function and the game of manipulation, of course. Unsolved murder cases of identity theft Medicaid. I made a special trip to Belmont and Western Head Division headquarters about the detectives Police Department in Chicago, Illinois. So they're reviewing that information as well. But please do your part and contact Internal Revenue Services, the IRS, regarding 5132. I can't tell you, and I can't stress, do not let my death go in vain. That's right. This criminal organization must be held accountable. This is nothing new. Electronic harassment, again, is used on politicians, used on celebrities, and is used on stockholders, people of power. And it's based on books, The Art of War, The 48 Laws, The Centennial, Mind Games, Community Gang Stalking. There's a number of books that deal with psychological warfare. That's right. And if you are under the influence, that's why I don't drink or smoke, or under doctor's care, the medication is increased on a daily basis, and the victim under doctor's care, well, the insurance policy will be granted and accepted, and it will be recorded, the death, as death of natural causes, not electronic harassment. Of course not. Not bleeding of the brain, blood clot. No. Not tumors of the brain. Not bone cancer. These are health issues associated with equal exposure from microwave oven or X-ray machine radiation. That's right, folks. Insurance policy fraud. And I cannot stress enough how this criminal organization was well documented, how they function, how they work, how they panicked in the very first videos. If you go back in the beginning, you're going to notice Nello Greco, the main proprietor of 5132, having a public meeting with Anthony J. Loder, nephew, and the rest of his family. They panicked once notification of bleeding of my brain by University of Illinois. That's right, they panicked. And they moved out. But before they moved out, they signed a contract with Homeowner Martinez right next door. That's right, how convenient, huh? Right next door, Homeowner Martinez, wife, daughter, son, daughter-in-law. That's why you saw the mother with the new car, paid incentives, and the son with his vehicle move at the same time frame during the duration of this video. Instructions given. These people don't work, but they're under instructions. There's a police officers in the area, as I just mentioned. From time to time, they will appear. They will appear. And we have some good officers out here. I just want to make sure and clarify that. We have some good officers out here. But the ones involved in criminal activity are well documented on this YouTube channel, and we have their license plates. That's right. So, once the IRS starts poking around, that's the reason for the daily plan attacks. That's the reason the blue vehicle is taking so long and heating up his vehicle. Look at what time is it? 2:19 p.m. 2:19 p.m. There's no reason to be heating up the vehicle for this long. They're waiting. They're waiting. They're strategizing. And obviously, he's under instructions. So let's take another look. The vehicle's on. The lights are on. And Homeowner Martinez, with the vehicle, brand new vehicle, and her son are no longer here. They left the opposite direction. Bait, focus, follow, attention span. Social acting. We are waiting. The waiting continues. So it's well documented. We have the jacket. We have the bag man. We have the lookout man wearing an Amazon jacket. That's right. We have the lookout man wearing an Amazon delivery. I thought I saw something. All right. We have the lookout man dressed up as an Amazon delivery worker. That's right. So, from time to time, I do see movement. I do see movement from time to time. So I have to be focused in different directions. And this could be the reason why this blue vehicle is taking so long. We are waiting. And if you notice, there's piles of mail. See that? Piles of mail. And the people that pick up the mail, they don't even live there. That's just a front. They make sure that there's a lot of paper there. And then the people that pick up the mail, oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. That's what they were waiting for, see? Okay, the white powder bags are placed right behind the passenger side seat. That's the reason for the waiting game. I knew it. This is the reason for the waiting game. The white powder bags are placed behind the passenger seat. This is well documented how this works. And it's well documented why he's taking so long. Now he goes back, and let's see if he's going to place it in the mailbox. Let's see, any left over? We're going to wait. We're going to be waiting right here. So he wasn't in the vehicle all this time. He was right behind the door. And lights off, by the way. Lights off. You know he's behind the door. He's behind the door. But the lights are off. See? The lights are off. This is instructions given. The lights are off. That's why the lights on the vehicle of the car are left on. So we can focus and our attention on the vehicle and not the door. Okay, so that took a while, but we got it. 2:23 p.m., 2:23 p.m. (2:23), and we are focused. It's a waiting game. It shouldn't take that longer. We are waiting. Okay. There we go. Now we're still waiting again. There you go. (2:25 p.m.) 2:25 p.m. Attack of the brain continues. Extreme high level frequency electromagnetic field waves Shock treatment to the brain continues, coming from next door, 5135, second floor hideout. Again, this criminal organization is panicking, and they're trying to stop me. In this case, they're trying to use this as a distraction. But what this criminal organization fails to understand, for some reason, they're not comprehending. When a victim is subjected to any type of harassment, I don't care what it is, the victim will be conditioned. Once the victim is conditioned, it will become second nature, and the victim will no longer respond the way it's supposed to. Just imagine if you were here instead of me, and they're shocking your brain with high frequencies, electromagnetic field wave shock treatment to the brain, how you would respond. You would not, you won't even be here. You won't be here. But I have been subjected to this since 2001. And that's why I have, and it's documented, bleeding of my brain by University of Illinois. And that's why Nello Greco, main proprietor of 5132, moved out, and they panicked with their family. And his nephew, Anthony J. Loader, right next door, signed contract with homeowner Martinez, second floor hideout. They feel pretty confident being protected by police officers involved in criminal activity. And of course, they feel very confident with the machine. Town of Cicero Mayor Larry Dominic, very dangerous person, associated and involved in this type of insurance policy fraud. That's right. Daily drug dealing, trafficking, distribution, and packaging, white powder bags known as cocaine, the Candyman, basement apartment. And that's why this address at 5130 has special permission not to have no address identification on this property. That's right. They have special permission by the mayor and police officers involved in the criminal activity not to have this property with no address identification. How about that? And look, he's still taking his sweet time. He's still taking his sweet time. Let's see, what time is it now? 2:28 p.m. 2:28 p.m. February 3rd, 2025, Monday. We are focused. And that's let's go back to homeowner Martinez's son and mother double team. This is the reason homeowner Martinez's family was instructed to leave the opposite direction, bait, focus, follow, attention span, away from this activity that just took place behind the passenger seat. The white powder bags were placed. There's no denying that. The white powder bags, he has no business on a daily basis going back there. And you notice he didn't have nothing in his hand. But whatever he had on him, it was placed back there. It was placed back there. And it's ready for delivery. These customers are waiting. And what we're trying to achieve here. Okay, let's go back. People commenting, what is the purpose of your videos? Okay, the purpose of my videos is to open up a harassment case. The purpose of my videos is a public service because I can and I care. The purpose of my video is to make the community a safe environment, especially when there's children involved in criminal activity. That's right. Especially when there's politicians, such as Town Mayor Larry Dominic, and police officers involved in criminal activity. I contacted the DEA, Drug Enforcement Administration, Chicago and Dearborn, Illinois, Child Protective Services, the news media, Department of Sexual Harassment, Homeland Security, Inspector General. There's a number of Congressman Chuy Garcia, State Representative Lisa Hernandez. These are all taxpayers funded by us. I don't know about you folks, but I want a refund. These are our tax dollars down the toilet. We don't know no longer who to trust. That's right. We have no idea who to trust no more. And hopefully, this new administration in the White House can make a difference. That's right. People put him in office for that reason, because their mistrust of the government and state officials. That's right. So, we are, again, getting back to my purpose and the reason for posting these videos. It's a documentation of how these murder plots are committed. I play the victim. I acknowledge that from the beginning. I play the victim. I know what's going on. I know what's going on at all times. But I had to continue playing the victim in order for this criminal organization to react and respond. It works both ways. I react, they react, it goes backwards. But at the end, of course, there's certain things I cannot mention, but we are waiting for them to continue responding the way they are. And let's just say we have a couple aces up our sleeves. But right now, we are just focused on putting out the information out there, on providing a public service. This is an insurance policy fraud. Here we go. And there's movement in the back. Again, no job. He just woke up. No job. This is the person in charge of this property at 5132. And you notice eye contact as soon as he walked out the door. And so he's getting ready to make the special delivery wet powder bags himself. See that? And they're both getting their drugs from the Candyman in the basement of 5130. So again, this just goes to show the silver vehicle is placed here in front to give the illusion that they're just home all day. But the black vehicle is inside the garage and it's ready to make the daily deliveries, just as the migrants here at 5130. So they're both working together. This is daily, on a daily basis. This is the reason for my YouTube channel being attacked. This is the reason for my phones being attacked, being stolen. This is the reason why Town Cicero police officers involved in criminal activity refuse to open up a harassment case. We are waiting for further developments, and of course, before and after evidence of fire 5130, no evidence, no investigation, and there's also firefighters involved in criminal activity as well. That's right. I have continuously reached out to the fire department here in Town of Cicero, and till this day, no notification, no phone call, nothing. So there are firefighters working alongside police officers in criminal activities. There's fire officers involved in criminal activity as well. It's hard to believe, I know. Along with paramedics, along with judges. I mean, there's corruption. There's corruption here. There's corruption here. And people ask me all the time, why don't you just move? Well, I like what I do. This is a public service, and very few people can do this. And I understand that. And it feels good to do something. It just feels good to be able to participate and be able to get the respect. I get thank yous from police officers from time to time, from the public, from our subscribers, and it's very gratifying when they reach out to me, and it feels good. It feels good to be a part of something positive. It feels good. There you go. no job, paid incentives, no school, just walking around in his pajamas, just waiting for the signal and waiting for that special batch, white powder bags known as cocaine. This is the person in charge of this property. He keeps going to the back because that's where the Candyman is at. That's right, in the back. And he's working both sides. He's working both sides. Community gang stalking in the background. And again, the mob is back. The mob is back. And after a failed attempt Friday night and early Monday morning, plan hits by the mob, Board of Education, District 99, male and female. That's right. With second character witnesses, the security guard on the premises, and Town of Cicero Public Works employee. Utility vehicle. So he got the dog. He looks like he's a good animal lover. Good for him. But the dog is only a front. The dog is a front so he can continue going back and forth. It's just a front. But, again, no job. So he's able to spend a lot of time with the dog. I am an animal lover myself, so I appreciate that. But he is involved in criminal activity. He can take care of the dog without being involved in criminal activity. Especially when it's involving children. So the IRS, sooner or later, will be investigating. Internal Revenue Services has received our information. We filed the petition regarding tax evasion January 8th, 2025, regarding 5132. 5132. And from time to time, they place this property, this two flat brick property, 5132, on the market to avoid any suspicion, any investigation. That's right. And 3 fake home visits at 5130 by police officers involved in criminal activity. So there's a lot of movement going on to avoid any suspicion, any investigation. The car has been turned off. See? But the drugs have been placed behind the passenger side. So we're moving on. This is part 1. And we're just going to continue our surveillance. 2:38 p.m. February 3rd, 2025, Monday. We are focused. And there you go. There's the person in charge. Right there, 5132. Do your part and contact Internal Revenue Services. And again, we are focusing on the mob. Let me get a close-up view. That's her black vehicle right there. The mob, that's her black vehicle right there. She has returned. The mob has returned. And we are glad we're glad to see her back. All right, that's her vehicle right there. All right. And this guy continues going back and forth. We're just going to let him be. All right, moving on. We appreciate your support. Don't forget, 5132, Internal Revenue Services must be notified, and we're asking for the public support. And watch the magic happen, folks. Watch the magic happen. We must make sure our tax dollars are working for us and not the other way around. That's another objective of my YouTube channel. Making sure these government agencies and state representatives are being accounted for. Don't let them just take our money and have a great time. They have to work for it, just like we do. They have to work for the money. All right, moving on. And these news media outlets, if they're not looking into my YouTube channel, do not support these social media outlets. That's right. These TV stations, if they're not, these TV stations, news reporters, if they're not covering this YouTube channel, do not support their channel. Just get your news source from other sources in the news media. But that's all you have to do. And we're trying to make everyone accountable. All right. That's how you do it, folks. That's how you do it. And if you were in my situation, I'd do the same favor for you. I'm the one doing the hard work. I'm the one making the sacrifice here. I'm the one that my brain is being attacked on a daily basis. So sooner or later, and my family has no idea, by the way. So sooner or later, just imagine when my family finds out that I become ill and I'm no longer here, and I have a great relationship with my doctor, I'm plant-based, no health issues, and all of a sudden I'm not here anymore. Just imagine that's gonna how my family is gonna react. If you're gonna help me while I'm alive. Don't do it when I'm dead. Do it now, so we can make a difference. That's right. All right. So not on my deathbed. I want to go on the record now that I'm able to. Not on my deathbed. Silent incoherent victims, nursing home final faith, identity theft, Medicaid takes place. Organized crime family process. All right, moving on. This is a part one. We already seen that the white powder bags have been placed behind the passenger side of the blue vehicle. So once I move on to the next video, he's going to come out and go to his vehicle as normal. But it's not going to be normal because it's going to be part two, and we're going to acknowledge, and the time frame will be recorded. 2:42 p.m. 2:42 p.m. February 3rd, 2025, Monday. 2:42 p.m. Okay, moving on. Part two.